Hello every pony, Dale over here. Warning, this video will contain pictures from Google that is not mine, and also warning it's going to contain my own personally opinions about stuff in My Little Pony. So if you don't like stuff like this, click away or else stay. And yeah, as you can see, it's going to be about Starswirl. Again, I'm so sorry if you don't like stuff about Starswirl. But this is a theory about him wanting the rainbow power for himself. So I actually think like he tried to harness the rainbow power from the box by himself, or how to say that. So I will go into further details with that. I think like he tried to use the items from the pillars as the keys to the box alone, but this is not something that you can do alone, because we have seen in the show how that is supposed to work with the items that opens the box and opens for the rainbow power. So I think like the spell gone wrong, maybe with the help of Scorpan. Scorpan became a Discord, and like all of the stuff just went wrong. The spell was unfinished. The spell that Twilight later on uses to ascend and stuff like that. And I think like the elements of harmony was turned into stone. I think like Starswirl took out the elements of the tree one time before. I know like in the background story it says like they planted the seed, and like we don't see Starswirl handling the tree, or how to say that, but I don't know, like he has the ability to travel through time, so maybe he did stuff with the Tree of Harmony that we don't know anything about, tried to take the elements out and try to manipulate with the elements or something in those lines. I'm not sure if he's innocent with the manipulation of the the items, or how to say that. I think like there's the stuff with the elements actually being turned to stone is a little weird, because like if it's not Starswirl, then it had to be Celestia that did all of this in the 1,000 years, where we don't know anything about what happened. We have seen her taking out the elements from the tree before, and we have seen like it's possible for her to actually wield the elements by herself. Something that I think like Celestia was not interested in was to get the greater power from the rainbow. I think like that's too much to handle for just one pony. So I think like what Starswirl actually wanted was to harness that power, or how to say that. And I think like the original items from the pillars were meant as the items that we later see the main six getting, to opening up the box into the future, or how to say that. So I think like Starswirl had a plan for like opening the box with the rainbow power and turning stuff into stone, or using the rainbow power to defeat the evildoers. Maybe he wanted to harness the power of the rainbow, or how to say that, to defeat the Pony of Shadows, but because the tree wasn't ready yet, or how to say that, it was only just born. I think like what happened was he tried to make the spell instead, the ascension spell, and that not working, and creating like all this good discord and all of this chaos, or how to say that. I think like there's a possibility for the items and the magic to have a combination. And I really do believe in the theory of like Starswirl actually trying to find another way to harness greater power, so they could stop the Pony of Shadows, which I also think was something that Starswirl actually created by mistake, or how to say that, because I think like what happened was he went and he talked to Scorpan, right? And they figured out this amazing spell with the rainbow power and all of this good stuff. When they planted the seed, the pillars planted the seed, and Starswirl waited patiently, but he couldn't wait for long. And then he made the time traveling spell, trying to travel back and through time to get the elements of harmony out of the tree, or trying to convince Celestia to use the power and get the items, but she couldn't do that by herself. She had to do the things with Twilight, and then she was just like, no, I'm not going to do that. I want to have this with Twilight. I think that is the future. And then they of course they on for the pillars, or how to say that, they made them live again with using the spell that Twilight is also using. And I think all of this is something that Celestia knew about. She knew about the box, she knows about the rainbow power, she knew that Twilight was eventually going to for up Starswirl again, or how to say that. So I think either she has something in between the lines, or Starswirl have something in between the lines, and are actually manipulating not only the pillars, but also the main six, Twilight and Cadence and Celestia, to actually try to harness the power of the rainbow. And I know what you guys are thinking now. You're thinking why didn't he try to do that in the episode when they were on Ford and they tried to banish the Pony of Shadows? And I think he's biding his time, or he's trying to figure out how he can actually change for the better. I actually think he have seen the ways of his mistakes now, and he are trying to get better, or how to say that. But when they were first on foreign Starswirl and the other pillars, Starswirl was really up in the face of Twilight, being oh, you shouldn't have done this with the spell, you shouldn't have believe in half-baked spells and stuff like that. And I think he also were a little jealous of what Twilight actually have achieved, because she achieved what he couldn't, the wielding of the rainbow power, the power to put stuff in stone, or how to say that. And I think he don't know about the elements of harmony actually being turned to stone. Maybe it is Celestia that took the elements out and used them against Luna, and that turned them into stone, or how to say that. And then, of course, we have all of the stuff with Twilight and her getting the elements back again and stuff like that. So yeah, I really feel there's potential with the background story. We need to know what happened in the 1,000 years, where the elements just turned into stone, and did Celestia do something to try to harness the rainbow power, or was the 1,000 years just silent and actually nothing happened before she discovered Twilight, or how to say that. I don't know, but I really do feel there's something up with Starswirl. I think there's more to him than we actually thought that there were. And even though that he maybe got his mind erased by Sombra in the Crystal Empire, because I still believe in the theory of the pillars being the original main six, with Amora as the queen, or how to say that, or the princess, or how to say that. I really do feel there's some potential of Starswirl figuring out that Amora was shattered by Sombra, him becoming insanely evil, or how to say that, not evil, but infused with all of these emotions, and creating like a spell, maybe the Alicorn Amulet or the Ascension spell, and dragging like Scorpan into it and turning him into Discord. But I don't know about this. What do you feel? Do you feel like this is way out there, or do you feel like I'm onto something? So, like, that was actually all for today. Do remember that inspiration is right around the corner. Do remember to take care of yourself and loved ones. And that was actually all. Yeah, okay, bye.